Welcome back to Dynamics. Okay, so another series review. I have been a fan of The Walking Dead since the first season came out. I've watched every season all the way up until it ended. I watched the side shows, the Fear the Walking Dead, what was the other one? Um, I can't remember what they called it, but the one where it dealt with the CRM and stuff like that. I watched the Daryl show that they put out. I watched the Negan and Maggie show that they put out. So I'm gonna watch, everything that they put out, and I'll give it a chance. Some stuff is better than others. Some stuff has been really good. Some stuff has been meh, very meh. But I enjoy the series as a whole. I enjoy the universe, the Walking Dead universe. It's not really a universe. It's just the Earth after a zombie apocalypse. But yeah. So I enjoy the Walking Dead. Some people have left it behind, and I totally get that. There's definitely been some peaks and valleys to the show, but I'm not that guy. I will watch everything that they put out. And so this is a review of The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. Um, Originally, this was supposed to be a movie, or at least a series of movies, maybe even. I think maybe they were going to do three movies, but they decided to go ahead and do a season for this show, and we may get a second season of it. Who knows? They definitely should tie everything back together at some point. Hopefully, they do that. Hopefully, Andrew Lincoln is up for it, and we can bring back Negan and Maggie as long as they all survive. We can bring back Daryl. Carol is going to be a part of the second season of the Daryl show somehow, some way. And so hopefully they can bring back Carol. As long as everybody survives, bring them all back together. And I'm assuming the main characters will survive. That's kind of been the Walking Dead's thing. They kill off main characters, but not the main characters, And so it's kind of like Game of Thrones and not like Game of Thrones in that aspect, in that, they'll kill off characters that you consider main characters, but not the main characters. They won't shock you like killing off Ned in the first season of Game of Thrones. Spoiler. From what, a decade ago at this point? More? I don't remember when the Game of Thrones started. But yeah, in season 1 they killed the main character. Anyways, so The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, we knew way back when they killed off Rick that he wasn't actually dead. They immediately told us that he's not dead. Um, we were supposed to get some movies with him, but the reason being is because Andrew Lincoln just he's from England, not from America. He would come, he would record the series. It kept him away from his family for long periods of time. And so he wanted to take some time to focus on his family. Um, but he agreed to do the movies because they wouldn't take as long. Well, they never really kind of came to fruition. And so they wanted to do at least a limited series instead of doing the movies. And so he had agreed to do that. And so here we are. We have this at least single season, maybe more. We shall see. And so let's kind of talk about it a little bit. Obviously, the actors are Andrew Lincoln as Rick Grimes, Denai Garay, Guerrera. I always pronounce her name wrong. Guerrera, Garay. I think it's pronounced Garay, but it has a second R in there, so eh. As Michonne Hawthorne. Hawthorne, that's funny. You know what? Like, I didn't read the comics. I do have them, the anthologies, and I do plan on someday, but it takes so much time. I've just never done it. My girlfriend plans on reading them. She'll probably get to them before I do. Um, but I didn't know her last name was Hawthorne. I don't know why. Do they not mention that in the series, or is it just maybe they mention it like a couple times and I just never picked up on it? But anyways, I knew Rick Grimes was Rick Grimes, but I didn't know Michonne was Michonne Hawthorne. Anyways, Pollyanna McIntosh plays Jada Stokes. Again, Stokes. Didn't I just knew her as Jadis. Um, let's see who else is a callback. Seth Gilliam is in an episode as Gabriel Stokes. Wait, what? Did they get married? Did I completely miss that? Now I'm questioning myself. Like, I'm a fan. I really am. But did I miss when I know they were together, but did they legitimately get married in the series? That they have the same last name? Anyways, Jada Stokes and Gabriel Stokes apparently. I'll have to look into that further because now I'm curious. Let's see, are any of these other characters? Well, they have. I mean, spoilers. Like, yeah, I'm gonna give spoilers in this. So just okay, I'm giving spoilers in this. I tried to avoid it in my last series review. I was mildly successful. This one, I'll just say some spoil. There's gonna be spoilers. Okay, so if you don't want spoilers, you're gonna watch it still. I guess stop the video. Judith Grimes shows up at the end of the series, played by Kaylee Fleming. So she's a callback. RJ is there too, played by Anthony Azor, but I don't. I'm trying to think if we've seen RJ before, obviously, but have we seen RJ at the age where he's being played by Anthony Azor? I don't know about that. I'll have to. Well, I mean, if I click on his name, will it show he's been in other? Yeah, he okay. So he was in he was the same child actor who played RJ in the Walking Dead series. Okay, so yes, that answers my question on that. So RJ is played by Anthony Azor, and then I think that's it. I think that's all of the characters that are crossovers from the main series. And then you have Terry O'Quinn as the Major General Beale, the leader of the CRM. Obviously, a great actor, does a great job in this series. And just touching on the other actors, they're all great. By the way, I love Andrew Lincoln, Denai, Pollyann, Seth Gilliam, even Kaylee Fleming as Judith is solid, and RJ. I mean, Anthony Azor is very young. He doesn't do a whole lot in this, but he's good as the little kid. You believe that you believe what he's doing in it. It's not like, oh gosh, he stands out like a sore thumb. But he's a child actor, pretty good. But yeah, so all of the main cast obviously are solid. We have again Terry O'Quinn, he's amazing. We have Leslie Ann Brandt as Pearl Thorne. We have Robert O'Hara. Is he one of the people with? Anyways, huge standout in this is Matthew Jeffers as Nat, or yeah, I think Nat is how his name was said, not Nate, Nat. And he was just amazing, by the way. Let him take over for. um, um, it's just he should have been in the series longer. I I'll just say that because he was a great character and the acting was amazing. Okay, we have Brita Wool as Aiden, Craig Tate as Donald Okafor, also in only one episode and was really, really, really good. Will Brill as Dalton, Andrew Batchelor as Bailey, Ben Dickey as Red, um, Julian Sihi as Ben Hero, Aaron Anderson as L, and Frank Quinones as Esteban Garcia. Esteban was a fun character. Um, Leslie Ann Brandt as Pearl Thorne was kind of one of the other main characters that came out of this show. She was solid. Okay, so basically, here's the premise. Rick has been taken into the CRM by by helicopter, but because Jadis saved him when he blew up the bridge, right? So has the helicopter picked him up, takes him in, they heal him up, and then they want him to be a part of the CRM. Um, well, the series starts out with him trying to escape. Obviously, he doesn't want to stay there. He wants to get back to his family, and so we learn that he's tried to escape multiple times. the point where he tries to escape in this series, he's actually like cuts off his arm. So you get one arm Rick for this series, um, for this season of this, which is something from the comics that they gave to. I'm gonna forget his name right now. But anyways, they gave it to another character, another one of the main characters in The Walking Dead, and they gave him like kind of like a metal arm in that, so that they didn't have to do the special effects all the time of his arm being gone. And in this, they gave Rick kind of like a prosthetic, also similar concept. So they didn't really have to like cut his arm out of every scene. Which gets a little expensive and why they avoided it at first on The Walking Dead. Uh, but yeah, he cuts his arm off and gets a prosthetic, but they force him to stay. Um, then there's so that's the whole first episode. Kind of they kind of convince him to become, to just accept his fate and become a ranking member of the CRM. And then season two, you get to see Michonne's character go through her um, tribulations trying to find Rick. Comes across this whole new group that has this unique aesthetic of kind of like a traveling caravan. And that's kind of interesting concept. I enjoyed that. But she leaves that group, but a splinter group of them follow her to to stay with her because they like her, and they were kind of getting fed up with the politics, not really, but the politics of the other group of leaving people behind, because Michonne says she doesn't leave people behind. And so they follow Michonne and they help her, and but then they get attacked by the CRM, and all but like Nat die, which was really sad. And then Nat and Michonne are recovering for like a year almost, I think. They jump through that pretty quickly. And then they try to continue on their journey to go find Rick. While they're out, they see a CRM helicopter. They shoot it down with this makeshift like bottle rocket missile thing that Nat has created, which was interesting. Um, and ends up that, of course, Rick was on the helicopter because this is The Walking Dead, and everybody is going to run into each other again, regardless of how far apart they are and how unlikely it is. And so during that whole thing, everybody else on the helicopter dies, including Oakenforth. Oakenforth, yeah. And so Rick survives, and Michonne sees him and realizes it's him, and very emotional. And Nat shows up, and he's like, "Yay, you guys have found each other." And then one of the other CRM members, who wasn't as dead as they thought, apparently, shoots Nat, which is super sad. And I really wish they had like found a way to keep him in the series because he was great. But anyway, so then Rick convinces Michonne, "Hey, they're coming for us. We've got to go back. So you've got to pretend to be someone I don't know," which was kind of dumb. I thought that was pretty dumb. I was kind of annoyed at that point in the series. They go back. And then he tries to get rid of her, tries to get her to like escape and leave without him. And of course, she's not going to do that. And she ends up like forcing him to go with her by like throwing themselves out of a helicopter into a body of water, probably a lake, I guess, reservoir. I don't know. So they somehow survive that, and then they decide that they have to go back because they have to stop the CRM, because the CRM is going to know that they escaped, um, which was kind of a weird choice again because because they thought they were dead, so that was weird too. And Jadis gets involved, and she's being a jerk because she's Jadis, and she's telling them that she's going to tell the CRM where their loved ones are, and the CRM's going to go and kill everybody at you know um, their in their home, which of course is popping out of my head again. Weird things pop out of my head. But anyways, the name of their community. I don't know why I can't remember it right now. Anyways, um, and so they go in there, and they end up somehow within like an episode, like overthrowing everything, right? And they had to kill Jadis. Jadis kind of forced them to kill her, so Jadis is dead. There was an episode where Jadis and Gilliam, or Father Gabriel, interact. I didn't think they got married. That was weird. Um, and But Jadis dies, and pretty cool ending for her character. I did enjoy that. They go back. They end up taking out the lead guy of the CRM, and blow up all of their gas that they were using to attack people. Kind of taking out all the leadership, taking out the other lady who was one of the other main leaders that kind of came up with Rick. And yeah, and then they went back to Alexandria. There we go, got it. They went back to Alexandria, and you get a beautiful scene at the end with Rick, Michonne, Judith, and AJ. RJ, sorry, RJ. Um, right, RJ. Yes, RJ. I'm thinking Anthony Azor was his name, so but RJ. They get a beautiful scene there, and you don't get a lot of cameos from other characters, and I thought that was really strong. I thought that was good, but I do really hope that they do end up tying it together, either in a second season, or we get all these shows coming back together, and The Walking Dead gets another season or two. Not too much. I don't want it to go on forever, but maybe finish up their story where we know everybody is growing old and moves on. Overall, I enjoyed it. There were definitely some moments in the series where I was frustrated, but each episode was pretty strong. There wasn't a whole lot of filler, a little bit of filler here and there, but not a whole lot of filler. We got a strong season, and I was satisfied from beginning to end as far as the overall arc of it. And yeah, it felt a little rushed, a little bit. Just like basically them saying, "Hey, maybe we won't get a second season of this, so let's just knock it out. Let's get the full story arc done. Get Rick back to Alexandria. That's what everybody wants." All right, what do you guys think? I'm looking forward to seeing what they have coming next. I think Daryl, the second season of the Daryl show, is coming out next. Excited for that. All right, everybody, take care. Have a good day.